if you feel like you're running behind in life, I want to ask you one very honest question. Who set the clock? What if the life you're desperately trying to catch up to may no longer be the life that you want? Not because you failed, but because that plan was created by a version of you who didn't know what you know now. So today, we'll identify the expectations weighing us down, question whether they were ever truly ours, and replace them with a steadier way of measuring progress. We're going to unlearn the pressure of external expectations and self-imposed deadlines and explore how to build inner steadiness right where we are. You see, we carry an invisible schedule in our heads, telling us where we should achieve stability, success, or peace. But when we stop and examine that schedule, we often find that it has been shaped by two distinct forces: the expectations we have absorbed from the world around us, the societal expectations, and the unrealistic deadlines that we quietly imposed on ourselves. Sometimes the person we need to let go of is the imaginary version of ourselves we have been chasing for years. I call it the ghost version of ourselves. Here's our steady map for today. We will look at the source of the pressure, what that pressure can cost us, how to audit the gap, take one honest step, release the old version of ourselves, and create a new roadmap for moving forward. So let's jump right in. Now let's talk about the source of the pressure. Many of us carry a private timeline. By this age, I'll be married. By now, I'll have that big house with a white picket fence. By now, I should have been further along. I should be more secure. I should have been more certain. I should have had X number of children by now. You see, some of these expectations come from family, culture, comparison, or a younger version of us who made plans before life had its say. And an important distinction that I want to make is that I'm not talking about healthy, time-bound goals. Those goals are healthy because they keep us focused and they help us to gain accountability. I'm talking about timelines that become a measure of our worth, the kind that makes us feel like failures, pressure us to rush, or convince us that life has passed us by. Those kinds of pressures that when a goal becomes a deadline for our worth, it stops guiding us and starts to crush us. We overlook what we've learned, dismiss what it took to survive, and call ourselves behind when our lives may simply have taken a new road. Letting go does not mean that you're giving up. It means refusing to force your present life to answer to an outdated expectation. But that pressure does not remain in the background. All these pressures I mentioned, that pressure begins to shape how we see ourselves and how we make decisions. Which brings me to point number 2, the cost of the pressure. What that imaginary timeline can take away from us. First, it erodes confidence and self-trust. Every missed milestone begins to feel like proof that something is wrong with us. And the more often we tell ourselves, I'm behind, the harder it becomes to believe we can still build a meaningful life. Timeline pressure can distort our decision. We may choose the relationship, the job, the purchase, or path that helps us meet the deadline, not necessarily the one that is truly right for us. The pressure may push us in the opposite direction of where we really want to go because we're feeling like we're losing time. We begin to feel like we begin to give up on ourselves because we believe that we have missed our chance. And then we become trapped between two extremes, rushing because we fear that we're running out of time, or surrendering because we think it is already too late. That is why the answer is not simply to move faster. Before we make another hurried decision or conclude that we're failed or we're behind, we need to examine the timeline itself. And now the audit gap. Simply asking, is the dream still mine? Is it still yours? You see, once you identify the expectation, then ask yourself, whose timeline is this? Is this something I still genuinely want? Does this goal still fit the person I am becoming? Am I holding onto it because it matters to me or because achieving it would prove that my life is successful? You may still want the relationship. You may still want the dream, the promotion. You may still want to live in this dream country of yours, the financial freedom. Who doesn't want financial freedom? You may still want the family, the new beginning. Doesn't mean that your dreams must necessarily go away. You don't have to necessarily abandon the desire. You may only need to release the rigid schedule attached to it. Sometimes the dream is still right, but the timeline is not. And once we separate the dream from the deadline, the question then begins to change. Instead of asking, why am I not there yet? We can ask, what is one honest step I can take from where I am today? What mindset shift do I need to adopt right now? It brings us to one honest step. See, moving back into today, instead of asking, how do I fix my entire life? Ask, what is one honest step I can take today? Do you need to make a call, complete one last application, save your first $25, start that saving, no matter how small. Do you need to step out and go out more? Because how are you going to find the husband if you're not going out? You see, these actions don't look dramatic, but over time they rebuild trust with ourselves. They bring us out of that imaginary future and back into the only place where change can actually happen today. It can't happen yesterday. It will not happen tomorrow. Today. So you do not need to solve the next 10 years this afternoon. You only need to take one step that reflects the direction in which you genuinely want to move. Then you take those actions. But moving forward is not only about taking the actions. It also requires making room. And that may mean saying goodbye to the version of ourselves that we thought we had to become. And this brings us to the closing ceremony. This is the letting go of the imagined self, the imagined you. So it starts by writing a short letter to the person you thought you would be by now. Acknowledge what that version of you hoped for. Recognize the dreams that she carried. Thank her for giving you something to reach towards. And then tell her it is to stop mourning an imaginary person long enough to recognize the person who is actually here. The person who has survived. The person who has learned things the younger version of you could not have known. You're not a failed version of your younger self. Your life is still unfolding. This is what this exercise helps you to uncover. And so when we release that imagined version of ourselves, that ghost version of ourselves, we create space for a different way of moving forward, a different way of thinking, a new perspective, one that is not ruled by age markers, public milestones, or inherited deadlines. And that brings us to a new roadmap, a steadier way to measure progress. You see, your new roadmap does not have to revolve around what should have happened by a particular age. It can prioritize steady progress, mental clarity, alignment, courage, consistency, and growth. Not, I must arrive by this date or my life does not count. But I'll keep taking the next honest step. Not, I should already have everything figured out, but I can make a thoughtful decision with what I know now. Not, I missed my opportunity, but I am still allowed to begin, to have a new beginning, to start over. A meaningful life is not built only through the milestones that we reach. It's also built through the choices we make, the lessons we carry, the courage to change direction, and the willingness to keep showing up for the life that is actually here. And that brings us back to the most important question. Not whether your life followed the original schedule, but whether the way you're living now reflects what genuinely matters to you. And so here you have it. But before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Your comments is what shapes our conversation here, and it means a lot to me. So what timeline expectation is making you feel behind or pressuring you to rush, to give up, or question your worth that you're ready to release today? Mine is the belief that purpose has an expiration date. You see, I'm in my mid-50s and I believe that I'm getting too old or it's too late. You see, that belief makes me feel as though I either have to rush everything I'm trying to build or give up because I've already missed my chance. But today, I'm choosing to release that timeline because I'm not too old to dream, to begin again, or build something meaningful with my life. There is no expiration or expiry date with purpose, and it's not too late for me. Here is our steadying truth for today. You do not have to become who you thought you would be. You are allowed, and give yourself permission, and you're allowed to become who your life is asking you to be now. Release the harmful deadline. Ghost that ghost of yours that is stuck in expectations and keep the lessons. Take the next honest step. And if this resonated with you and you feel like somebody will benefit from this, please feel free to share. After all, we don't hoard information here. We don't gatekeep here. And if today is your first time here, or you're a returning viewer that is yet to subscribe, I'd love to have you join my community. So please subscribe and join my steady community. Until next time, stay steady.